I've made some bold statements. The Ritz Carlton Card from Chase is hands down the most valuable travel credit card in my wallet. And yes, I stand by it. The Ritz Carlton Card is the #1 hotel card on the market.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. H to the...
Also one of the best, by the way. And maybe that shows my age a little bit. After all, 65% of my viewing audience is over the age of 35. So I guess that says one of two things. First, I'm not cool with the youth.
Chlorophyll? More like Borophyll. Right?
Which may be the case. But also, you're here looking for strategies and tactics on cards that fit in your setup today or should be on your radar, and how to unlock next level travel experiences. Speaking of holding on to my youth with these tight-fitting t-shirts, if you don't know, my name is Bo, and I focus on strategies and tactics, both for individuals and for families, on how to unlock next level travel redemptions. So if that's of interest to you, make sure you check out some of my other videos where I compared this card to general premium tier travel cards and other hotel cards. I called and product changed over to this card, and I unboxed this beauty. Now, when I look at my credit card setup, which includes the likes of the American Express Gold and Platinum, the Capital One Venture X, and the Chase Sapphire Preferred, just to name a few, and I've evaluated the heavy-hitting American Express Bonvoy Brilliant and Hilton Aspire, none of those cards stack up to the value and the ease of which I get that value as the Ritz Carlton card does. So before I get into the 3 main points of value that I see with the Ritz card, let's walk you through and compare that to the Bonvoy Brilliant and the Hilton Aspire. That's how I feel when I'm trying to game plan and maximize every single credit and benefit of my current credit cards, plus looking at a card like the Hilton Aspire. It's like some next level hacking stuff. Jokes aside, the Hilton Aspire is considered one of, if not the most valuable hotel credit card on the market. And I'm not saying I disagree with that, but let's look at all the main points of value and the ways that you have to utilize this card and the credits to get max value. All of these premium tier hotel cards have either a clear credit or a TSA PreCheck global entry credit, and they also come with a $100 property credit or resort credit with the minimum 2-night stay. So the annual fee for the Aspire card is $550, and that doesn't necessarily concern me, but I'm looking holistically at my wallet, the overall setup, and how attainable achieving net positive value is, plus the effort required. You do get top level Hilton Diamond status, but no airport lounge access. You do get an uncapped free night award, which is a great perk that comes with this card that very few others have, and none of the Marriott cards have. But what are the odds that you're going to stay one night at this property to use that uncapped free night award? So if you're going to be staying additional nights, you need to factor in, are you going to be dumping 150,000 plus points per night or spending north of $1,000 cash per night? And I get it. The same predicament exists with these other cards that have one single free night award. And with cards from Hilton, you can earn additional free night awards like with the Aspire through spending, so something that you definitely want to consider. Now, the welcome offer should help with the second night, and the earning multipliers are solid with this card if you do plan to spend on it moving forward. But keep in mind the value of Hilton points, which tend to be just under a half a cent per point. So a 7x earning category is more like 3.5x or less. An example here is you could use the American Express Gold card, which earns 4x at restaurants or grocery stores. When you compare that to the Aspire that looks like it earns 7x, those 4 membership rewards points are at a 1-to-2 ratio if you want to transfer those out to Hilton. So 4 membership rewards points can become 8 Hilton points, and there's often transfer bonuses between American Express and Hilton. I'm not suggesting that you transfer membership rewards points out to Hilton, but there's some ways to get outsized value in earning categories versus using the Hilton cards. There also is a $400 hotel credit that comes with this card, but keep in mind this is 2 $200 credits, one each half of the year, so you have to stay at Hilton's each half of the year, use this $200 credit. It's nearly impossible to apply this to the room rate, something you need to really use your hacking skills to figure out. And keep in mind the inflated costs at resorts. So this really isn't necessarily a $400 credit, even though if it's saving you $400, then I guess you could factor the value that way. And you could potentially stack this with that $100 experience credit for any of the resorts if you're staying at a Conrad or a Waldorf Astoria. There's also a $50 quarterly airline flight credit that comes with this card. Some will tell you this is really easy to use. Just purchase United Travel Bank or book a Southwest flight and then cancel it. Remember that hacking video I showed earlier?
Do it, feel it, pop up. Yeah, that wasn't quite it, but we're gonna figure it out there. Let's go.
If you find this credit somewhat easy to use, along with the other ones that I mentioned, maybe this is a good card for you. Just keep in mind, no airport lounge access. So the alternative here would be American Express's Marriott card, the co-branded Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant specifically. And I've gone into more detail in other videos on this card, so I'll summarize the value points here, starting with the $650 annual fee, which is tied with the Delta Reserve as the second largest annual fee within American Express's personal card portfolio. Now, with that large annual fee, right now comes an elevated 185,000 Marriott point welcome offer. This is at the time of this recording, so make sure you're checking what the offer is if you're watching this at a future date. Those 185,000 points can be good for 2 nights at a 5-star property from Marriott. And this card also comes with a free night award at the anniversary of the first year. So if you were to cap all of that together, 3 nights at a 5-star property, some pretty good value in returns there. You're also granted 25 elite night credits with the Bonvoy Brilliant and platinum status, which is a step up from the gold status you get with the Ritz card, but 2 steps down from Marriott's peak with titanium and ambassador both above platinum. Now, one of the main points of value to really dig into that annual fee is a $300 dining credit. It's good at any restaurant and it's $25 monthly. So this is one of those monthly use it or lose it credits that you really have to determine, are you in a place where you can use this along with the other cards in your setup? And you do get priority pass select with this. So you do get that coveted airport lounge access. If you travel a good bit, there could be outsized value here when you compare it to the Hilton Aspire card. And with priority pass select, you do also get 1 visit to a Chase Sapphire lounge each year. So you can get positive value from both of those cards that I just mentioned with a little work. But now I want you to put your mind at ease and get into a calming state as we talk about the Ritz Carlton card. The saying, good things come to those who wait, is totally true here. Yes, you need to start with the lower tier Marriott card from Chase, hold that card for at least a year, have at least $10,000 in a credit limit, and then product change to the Ritz card. But it is totally worth it. Now, there are 3 main points of value with this card, but it only takes one of them to see positive value from this card. That's how easy it is to use when compared to some of those other cards out there. First up, the free night award. And yes, it is capped at 85,000 points. That is my beef with Marriott and all these cards and the caps that they have on their free night awards. You can use an additional 15,000 points of your own to top this off, meaning up to a 100,000 point night on the redemption. So let's take a look at a few different examples of how you could leverage that free night award. Here's 3 examples, all where you can realistically use this free night award and get over 1 cent per point in value, which a lot of people will say is impossible with Marriott. So first, the JW Marriott Camelback in Arizona. I picked my wife's birthday in October, and this is available for $769 per night or 69,000 points. So the return here would be at 1.11 cents per point. But let's look at a few more examples. Next, a little bit more luxurious, the St. Regis in New York City. Super luxurious hotel, out of reach for most of us, over $1,400 per night or 98,000 points. So you could use that free night award plus 13,000 points and get a butler for a night. This puts the redemption at 1.44 cents per point, or the value of the 85K cert alone at just over $1,220. Here's one more example, probably one that is on a lot of our radars, but maybe too far out of reach. The St. Regis Bora. Now, I did a quick search here and found 3 nights. I also found it available for 5 nights, where the 5th night would be free when using points to redeem. Now, this example for 3 nights, it's 122,500 franc, which is about $1,150 US per night, or 292,000 points. So just over 97,000 points per night, which puts that redemption at 1.18 cents per point. So you could use that free night award, and it's another 207,000 points total for this stay, and that would put the value of this free night award at just over $1,000. So 3 pretty awesome redemptions. This was less than 10 minutes of research. Comment down below if you have any thoughts on this. Now, the second main point of value here, which is really just icing on the cake after what we just went through, is the $300 travel and incidentals credit. And you could argue this isn't as easy to use as the Sapphire Reserves travel credit or the Bonvoy Brilliant with a $300 dining dining credit, but this could be used at one time or multiple times. This could be used for seat upgrades, checked bag fees, or lounge day passes, which you probably won't need since you do get Priority Pass Select with access to Chase Sapphire lounges with this card. Now, there's additional data points you could find from guys like the Frequent Miler on how this credit has been utilized, but the options I just told you are really straightforward and easy to use. Main point 2B here is something that goes a little bit under the radar, but it's the purchase protections and the benefits and the primary rental car coverage that this card comes with. So the moment you've all been waiting for and where I get the most joy and satisfaction and value out of this card, airport lounge access. And no, I'm not talking about the Ritz Club passes, which to me are an absolute joke. I'm talking about Priority Pass Select with access to the Chase Sapphire lounges, with authorized users getting access to those lounges. You can take your family in. One of the best travel credit cards in the game for access to airport lounges. Now, I will link a video where I reviewed the top 5 airport lounges in the US that I visited, which should give you a little bit more insight into these Chase Sapphire lounges. Just do yourself a favor. Go to Boston and stay at the Ritz Carlton in November and enjoy how great that city is during the holidays, and visit the Sapphire Lounge on your way out at Boston Logan. Then go to the St. Regis in New York and fly out of LaGuardia so that you can visit the Chase Sapphire Lounge there. These two lounges, I can't say enough about them. They're two of the nicer airport lounges in the world. Definitely something you should check out. So based on these 3 main points that I just went through and my personal experience with the Ritz Carlton card, I've seen over $1,500 in value this year alone. Use of the $85K free night award, use of that $300 travel credit, and all the benefits of the Priority Pass lounges, the Chase Sapphire lounges, and access to the Priority Pass restaurants the first half of this year before that benefit went away. I can't say enough good things about this card. Now, could I get similar value using the Hilton Aspire and all the credits and the benefits and the free night awards that come with that card? Yes, but with the same ease of the Ritz Carlton card? Absolutely not. I hope you found some value in this video. Make sure you leave comments down below. Give me a thumbs up if you're still here. Make sure you're redeeming those points for incredible memories. And until next time, cheers.